The question debated since the dawn of time, Valorant or CSGO? Join me on a journey, blood, sweat, and tears when we finally decide which one is the better game once and for all.
Baba Bowie.
WestJett.
What is up, Royal Guards and Globe Tards? My name is WestJett, and today we're going to be answering the question, which game is better, CSGO or Valorant? Oh, and literally 0% of viewers subscribes. Be sure to subscribe. Yeah. Mom about 400K. She's my mom. Alright, let's start with the pros and cons. CSGO has a better warm-up, no debate. Free-for-all deathmatch and custom game modes are much better, as well as, map aim _ bots. Very good map. And we got integrated gambling in the game. Who doesn't like a little gamble?
Do not get it twisted.
Speaking of gambling, I gotta do this sponsor real quick so I can continue to do it. This video is sponsored by Lost Light. Lost Light is a noob-friendly third-person survival shooter. The main rule here is the high risk, high reward, and each decision will affect your chances of survival in this world. And Lost Light is kind of a unique game. You can choose your battlefield, build different types of shelters, and do more cool things such as modding your guns. Another cool thing about Lost Light is that it allows you to play by yourself as a lone wolf or with other players as well, working in a partnership. But you gotta remember, if you die in combat, you lose everything. You lost the sauce, no more swag. The loot ain't yours unless you make it out alive. But don't worry, if you're with the boys, they can res you.
Stay with me! You're gonna make—
The customization of the weapons is incredible. It's engaging. It's essentially Walmart AR-15. 12 modifiable parts and 100 different components? That's nuts! You can dress up, gear up, squat up, and get ready to rumble. Alright guys, enough talking. You understand. Download Lost Light below for my link. Available to play on Android, iOS, and Steam. Anyhow, let's get to the pros of Valorant. Valorant, some of the pros are the game is a bit easier, the movement's slower, so it's a lot more noob-friendly. It's easier to get into. Plus, women actually play the game. When I was playing Counter-Strike, I encountered one in 3,000 hours, and let's just say she was not treated very kindly.
I need dick.
This one's not very objective, and a lot of CSGOers aren't gonna like this one, but Valorant is actually alive of a game. CSGO, it's not dead. A lot of people play it, but not a lot of people watch it. So if you're trying to create content or make some bread, some guap, CSGO not a play.
Stream Deck Analyzer.
I know I'm a mainly Valorant channel, but personally I think CSGO skins are better. The fact that they're unique, the fact that you can actually sell them and they aren't an instant sunk cost, it just makes them better. You cannot even argue that. Gotta give it to Valorant. The finisher's pretty cool. I don't know why I chose the Zed skin. I hate his music, but nevertheless. All I'm saying, I know this would never happen, but in a hypothetical world, if you could trade and sell Valorant skins, it would be pretty cool.
Fucking moderator stance.
I feel like the Valorant community is a little more sexist than CSGO, mostly because, women actually play the game. So through all of my hours in Counter-Strike, this could be very well subjective. I feel like I've experienced passive-aggressive behavior way less. In Valorant, everybody's a little shady, little snaky. In Counter-Strike, they'll just say it outright. They'll call you a retard, they'll call you some slurs, and be done with it. Then again, to give Valorant the benefit of the doubt, this could be because Valorant has an FF feature and people don't feel as obligated to finish a game. In Counter-Strike, it's really hard to surrender. People actually need to abandon the game. And not gonna lie, I don't think this is really that negotiable. I know a lot of you younger people might have not seen anything, but CSGO content on YouTube was just way better. It wasn't 8-minute, slightly edited videos of gameplay. It was actually funny clips, Fits in the gang, the whole shaboing boing swagger souls, and of course, the pros were integrated much better in the community.
Superstitum.
We gotta have somebody to make stories for the pros, boys. Because personally, right now, I don't know about you guys, I don't really care about many pros. Sure, Tarek's cool, but he's not even playing professionally right now.
And he's from CSGO.
People in Valorant Ranked also adopt two personalities, which is kind of weird. It's either Sinatra or Tens. If they adopt Sinatra, they just go "you not even troll," and they get the whole Valorant accent thing going. But it doesn't make you less of a threat to women. Tens fans just buy an overpriced mouse because of branding and still complain that they can't rank up.
Sound filter, 6 monitors.
This is an incredibly easy one. CSGO doesn't actually have a development team. The game has stayed the same since 2016. But WestJett, CSGO has been perfected over the years. The movement's immaculate and the shooting is perfect. No. I don't mean that, dickwad. I mean the fact that the servers are still 64 tick. And there's hackers in every single lobby if you play MM. So you're forced to play third parties like Faceit. Butterfly Knife, Doppler, Sapphire. It's no debate that these games are completely different and the addition of abilities causes more development work and a lot more balancing, so that obviously makes sense. Plus the, Riot Gun Buddy that they give out, pretty cool.
Pedals, drums.
So we've been over the fact that CSGO's movement is a little bit harder to control than Valorant's, and getting one-taps in CSGO consistently is pretty much impossible unless you are a scream headshot machine. Other than that, in Valorant, you pretty much only aim for the head, and it's much easier to have good crosshair placement. Then again, it's also easier to get killed if you have bad crosshair placement, so it does balance out. You know, the gameplay is pretty similar: plant the bomb, defuse, blah blah blah, yada yada, you know, 5v5 FPS shooter. But in Valorant, you gotta like think a little bit more, and there's more nuance surrounding how you entry, when you entry, based on like enemy abilities and ultimates at play, so there is a little more thinking in that regard, ability-wise, but yeah.
Gaming guitar controllers.
Valorant maps are hot dookie Douglas. The only good map I can really think of is Pearl, because there's a lot of like rotate points and it's actually pretty fun. Other than that, the worst CSGO map is better than the best Valorant map, and I know that turns a lot of people off of Valorant. I would rather get dismembered and thrown into garbage bags and play this trash. Now let's quickly talk about the cons of both games, because you know, no game is perfect except Club Penguin Fishing. The cons of Valorant are the fact that it's such a low barrier of entry in the game, is a little bit easier to like kind of like grasp for a new player, that there's a lot of cringe and just weirdness in the community. You know, I am contributing to that on a large scale, but nevertheless, I digress. Counter-Strike has a high barrier of entry. Essentially, the people that still play Counter-Strike have played it since they were kids. You don't really see any like 14, 15-year-olds playing Counter-Strike much. They're all going into Valorant because that's what's popping right now. And I understand that that doesn't really relate to the game physically, but personally speaking, I think it's kind of important to see how people are messing with the game through, like, you know, the content platforms. So WestJett, which one is better? People be debating this more than Trump versus Biden, Chris Brown versus Rihanna. You cannot have 1 hour on Valorant and say CSGO is awful, and you cannot have 1 hour on Counter-Strike and say Valorant sucks. That just doesn't work that way. You kind of gotta experience both games to be able to hold a valid opinion. And you know, somebody like me, a former heart surgeon, I have thousands of hours on both games, so I can be able to hold a valid opinion. And what do I think personally? See, CSGO was incredibly fun. You could sink many hours into it, but the thing that made CSGO exceptionally fun was the gambling. Everybody knows. I was 15 gambling. It was like unregulated. It was fun.
Take it. Give me that 90.
FaZe Clan scamming with CSGO Wild, T Martin with CSGO Lotto, Mo with CSGO Diamonds. It was the wild, wild west, and we were all there for it. And then some borderline autistic, politically rambling idiot ruined it for all of us. The whole point in that is, all I'm saying, it'd be hella cool if Valorant had unregulated gambling, or like maybe some cases for the boys. You know, that's really easy content everybody loves. People that are Gold Nova in CSGO can hit Immortal in Valorant walk in the park. The game is incredibly harder, and due to this, the barrier of entry ruins it for a lot of people. Me personally, I think CSGO is better as a mechanical game, but you gotta be willing to put into the hours to make it worthwhile. That's why I think Valorant personally has a better future, and you know, take that as you will. Like the video, subscribe, comment. You've been gaslit to do so. Stay classy, stay cool, and don't be a fool.
Let's go! 'Cause I'm feeling like I'm running and I'm feeling like I gotta get away, but I know that I don't.